Okay, good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite to go over your NQ pre-market prep on 12/9. On the chart here, we got the 1 hour pulled up, and something to take note of is yesterday. I mean, this don't even look like we did much when you think about what we went over yesterday. You can see we got this spike right here, went into this previous all-time high, and then when you come to the left of the chart, this is the area we had talked about. We finally broke past the head and shoulders. Now we're up here in this area. Found a whole lot of resistance like we thought we would. Had a pretty good drop down to that S1 pivot, and all these pivots almost look to be close in the same place today as where they were yesterday. We pretty much played in the range that we talked about yesterday, the R1 pivot and the S1 and the golden pivot. I mean, it really didn't do a whole lot of movement. So the game plan for today is sort of the same as yesterday. This is consolidating, so we need to either get that drive to the upward momentum here, or we're going to be going down. And I know there's some economic data coming out this week, I think. Today is the 9th, yeah. Something about jobs today. News today, tomorrow, Friday, and the next day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it looks like. So it could be they could be holding kind of steady until, we get them core numbers. They find out what's going on with that interest rate. So really what I would keep in mind, we're sitting at 671, and this S2 pivot is at 414. For today, if they try to pull this to the downside, this is kind of going to be the line in the sand for today. We don't really want to go below this S2 pivot. You can see we got a box down here that I left on there. That'd be a good area, 420 to 430, and then that S2 pivot is at 414. This is what I'd be eyeballing to the downside. If we get pulled down and it goes that far, which overall, looking at this structure, it's starting to look a little bit weaker, considering we had one tap, two taps into this level, and then we started this drop, and we got this pop to the golden pivot, and now it's still downward here. If we break this trend line, it's looking more like downside to me. I knew we was going to have a hard time breaking through all this, and I just don't know if we're ready, if it's going to do it. But say that it does, and say that it does open up today and we get that upside. We still have the same areas pretty much to be looking at as we did yesterday, because we're all at 668. The R1 pivot is at 856. Might as well call it almost 200 points. It's a long ways away. So even if we did get this drive all the way up here, if it happened pretty fast, I would be thinking to myself, 1, 2, 3, triple top in the same zone, I'm going to be short almost every time. They may keep whipping this around though until core CPI or whatever's coming out in a few days. They might just keep whipping it around until try and keep it balanced out until that news drops about interest rates or whatever, before it really makes a move. And then if it's up here in this 900 area, and the market likes it, then it's probably gonna take off to the upside, and that's where we need to look for that all-time high being put in. So, for instance, let's say that we are up here around this R1 pivot, or we finally break through it and we're close to, say, 900. Whenever they release them numbers, and if the market likes it, all-time high is up here, and if we're at 900 when that happens, they could do that, put in an all-time high that day, whatever day that is, that news is. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Thursday, but that would not be out of the normalcy for NQ to do something like that. Say they start grinding it, slow grinding this back up to that 900 area where we need to break all this, and then the market likes whatever the interest rate news is or whatever happens, and this takes off to the upside. That could be a scenario on the table right now, especially being end of the year, Santa rally season. I mean, there's no telling what might happen. Or, market might not like it and they drop it. And if they do drop it, once again, 400, around 400 is going to be the line in the sand on that move for right now. They need to hold that, and definitely if they got past it, they need to hold 300. 300, this whole area down in here. If we get down into, say, this zone down in here, that's around the 2 to 250 area. That's going to look a lot worse on our structure. Let's pop this down to the 15, see if we can look at something that might look a little better for today. Let's see here. Excuse me. This, we got this trend line here. It's looking awfully weak. We don't need this. I'm going to say, watch out for them to break that trend line if they bring us down, and look at this S1 pivot and this previous all-time high right here. This yellow line's at 545. And then we're going to take this line. We'll take a line real quick and stick it down in this zone box here at about 495. So 495 is about the middle of that zone box. 500, 495, 500. I'd be looking at that area as well if they have some downside. The upside, see, a lot of these boxes will still be the same as they were yesterday. We only got up to that one right there. And what a pull down that was into that area. So you'd have to think one time, two time, three time. I mean, yeah, I'd be looking for that. But we got to get above the golden pivot anyway before we can think about the drive up that way. So that's all we're going to discuss in pre-market prep this morning. I don't know if I'm going to update, have a chance to do a live updates in the channel before the market opens, so everybody stay safe. I probably won't be at my desk at all today until late this afternoon. And so you guys hold it down in the Discord, and good luck today. Stay safe, stay patient, and don't force any trades. And I will try to get back on late in the day if I get back in time. I'll see you guys tomorrow.